This is ABC15 Mornings.
Right now at 6, today is day 3 of the Maricopa County election audit, when we are expected to get an update on the results.
The new survey finds 17% of people are still hesitant to get the COVID vaccine. This morning, we break down the top 3 reasons why.
And this week, we are expected to see the first round of data from the 2020 census, how the results will impact us here in Arizona.
Well, we want to say good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock now on your Sunday morning. I'm Megan Thompson.
And I'm Mark Thompson, and we are starting off today. Sun is up now, looking pretty nice outside. So if you're up early with us, that means guess what? You've got your whole day ahead of you. It's still the weekend. You got time to get out and enjoy.
Exactly, Mark. The positivity we need on a Sunday morning, and you have the best advice for everyone out there. Get outside as early as you can and enjoy these temperatures right now in the valley. This is a live look at sunrise officially right around 5:45 this morning. So it's getting earlier and earlier later on here in the year. Right now in the valley, 65 degrees, 65 also in Mesa, Glendale. 58 degrees for you in Goodyear, 61 degrees with that beautiful live look outside of the sunrise. Now we are going to warm up, so that's why we're telling you get out there early as things are going to change and winds are also going to pick up. So we'll get into the 70s around 8 a.m. and we'll stay there through that 10 o'clock hour before we jump into those 80s then. By 11 a.m., 84 degrees, 87 by noon, then by 1 p.m. just shy of that 90-degree mark. Now, winds are going to be the big story today, along with those above average temperatures there in the 90s for a high here in the valley. This wind advisory takes effect right around 11 a.m. in northern Arizona with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. We'll talk about those wind speeds here in the valley and storm chances moving in, dropping temperatures big time. That's all still ahead in your full forecast.
All right, Megan, thank you. And developing this morning, 4 people, including 2 children, were hit when a car slammed into a Circle K yesterday. This video shows the scene near 114th Avenue in Bell. Sheriff's deputies say that everyone is expected to survive. Investigators, they're still looking into what led up to that crash. We'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more.
Well, your voice, your vote. Today is day 3 of the audit of Maricopa County's 2020 election results. We want to take you to the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. That is where they're going to be today, where hundreds of people will work in 3-person teams to review ballots. They're looking to see if any ballots have problems. The audit is the result of Republican state senators who don't trust a system which they created last year. The legislative unanimously passed a bill establishing the methods Maricopa County uses to verify the vote.
When they passed SB 1135 back in the prior legislative session, and that was sponsored by Karen Fann and a whole bunch of Republicans, voted on unanimously by the House and the Senate. The governor signed it. Mark Brnovich approved, Katie Hobbs, but everybody approved of it. It was this adjudication system that they're calling into question now that is what they approved. This is their system as much as it's anybody else's, and now they're questioning it. I'm wondering why.
We are not allowed inside, and a spokesperson with the audit says they won't give updates until a court rules on a state Democratic Party request to stop the audit.
Distribution of the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine is set to resume within the next few days here in Arizona after federal regulators recommended ending the pause, saying that the benefits outweigh the risks that are exceedingly rare when it comes to people getting blood clots. The Arizona Department of Health Services told ABC15 that they've got more than 100,000 Johnson & Johnson vaccine stockpiled because of this pause, and they're hoping to get those shots distributed as soon as possible. Again, experts stressing only 15 people out of 8 million experienced these rare blood clots. They add that even these rare complications are safer if people know to seek medical help. The temporary pause on that vaccine, it's not helping any people who've got vaccine hesitancy. While nearly 40% of Arizonans have received the vaccine, a new survey finds more than 17% are still hesitant to get it. And as more vaccines are made available, pharmacist Jessica Ruiz says the educational component becomes more and more important.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy because I believe it comes with culture and how we were, brought up. But education is key, and I would say the first thing that you have to do is lead by example. Imagine the benefits of not getting COVID-19 versus getting COVID-19.
A census survey asked why it is important to get it. It also asked why people are hesitant to get the vaccine. And here are the top 3 reasons: concerns about side effects, waiting to see any more safety concerns, or mistrust that they've had about vaccines in general in the past. Now, all 3 versions of the vaccine are safe and effective. If you have any questions, that's what our ABC 15 Health Insiders are here for. Experts, they're going to break it down. They'll go over any common concerns and misconceptions. They'll also help you make the best decision for your health. You can email your questions to healthinsider@abc15.com.
Well, this week you can get your COVID vaccine at the Phoenix Convention Center Monday and Tuesday. They will be offering the Moderna vaccine to anyone 18 or older. To learn how you can register, go to phoenixconventioncenter.com. Tomorrow is the last full day. The vaccination site at Grand Canyon University will be open. In just 3 months, the GCU spot administered more than 115,000 vaccines thanks to university staff, faculty, and student volunteers. To learn more about where you can get the COVID vaccine, we have all that information posted for you on abc15.com/vaccine.
Well, after months of delays, this week the Census Bureau is expected to reveal their first round of data from last year's census. And a lot is at stake from this, including how much representation our state has in Congress and how much money we're going to receive from the federal government. Joe St. George, he breaks down what's in store for Arizona.
For that census you filled out last year, it mattered. And in the coming days, some of the initial findings will be made public. Every 10 years, we find out where Americans are living. How big a state's population is dictates how many members of Congress it gets. It also determines how much money the state receives each year from Washington. That impacts everything from fixing roads to police funding. Right now, the expectation is that the census will reveal Texas and Florida experience the biggest population increases since 2010, and they could receive 2 to 3 new members of Congress. Montana, Arizona, Colorado, and North Carolina are also expected to see gains and could get 1 new seat if the census data confirms what experts predict.
Of course, if one state gains representation in Congress and in turn more federal dollars, representation must be taken away from another state. Congress has 535 voting members, and that never changes.
California, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York could all lose representation because their populations are thought to have declined. In many states, the new census data will also force fierce debates over redistricting, which is the process of drawing up what voters are in what district. The changes impact elections for the next decade when majority Republican or majority Democratic districts are purposefully drawn. I'm Joe St. George reporting.
Joe, thank you. Looking ahead to tomorrow, Talking Stick Resort will enter the second phase of their reopening plan. Many restaurants inside will reopen for the first time in more than a year. The spa at Talking Stick will start to reopen May 3rd, and the restaurants Orange Sky and O Lounge will reopen May 12th. Maricopa County Libraries are moving forward with their phased reopening. Tomorrow, full browsing access will reopen in 18 of the county's libraries. The libraries have been closed, of course, since last year. All libraries initially closed last March, but they've been starting to reopen since October. So far, readers only have been able to browse selected shelves. The Maricopa County Library District says this will bring them one step closer to the old library experience.
It's Pat's Run Weekend 2021, and today is the last day that you can sign up for the event for the Pat Tillman Foundation's Tillman Scholarship Program. The run is socially distanced this year. People are already posting videos of themselves running on Facebook. You can either run or walk the 4.2 miles. This is all to honor Pat Tillman's legacy and to raise funds for Tillman Scholarships, which help support military service members. A summer staple is returning to Arizona next week in Salt River Tubing. It opens May 1st. This year, masks will be required while on the shuttles, and while renting a tube and returning those tubes. Shuttles will also be limited to 20 people. Tube rentals start at just $19. Salt River Tubing will run every day from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. All right, it is 6:10 now in your Sunday morning. Still ahead, a scary new trend of people who are dying inside of their own homes because of the extreme heat. ABC15 investigates what's being done to help. Plus, how long will your vaccine protect you from COVID-19? The ABC15 Health Insider team breaks down what you need to know. That's coming up.
Thanks for watching ABC15 Arizona, streaming 24/7 on Roku and these streaming devices.
Welcome back, everybody. New data shows 2020 was a record year for heat-related deaths in Arizona. The state reporting 520 heat-related deaths, some of the victims dying inside their very own homes. ABC 15 investigator Courtney Holmes is speaking with researchers about how they're working to reverse this disturbing trend.
There are more than 87,000 mobile homes in Maricopa County. Many are not well insulated, and some of the owners tend to have lower incomes or are senior citizens. All are factors that researchers say make their homes more vulnerable to heat.
In some homes, we registered as much as 105 indoors.
Dangerous temperatures that Patricia Solis says some mobile homes are reaching during the hottest days in the valley. She's the executive director of the Knowledge Exchange for Resilience at Arizona State University and leads a group of researchers that found people who live in mobile homes are 6 to 8 times more likely to have a heat-related death than those who live inside of other housing.
Across the county, about 1/3 of all of the heat-associated deaths occurred in trailers.
They figured that out by mapping the locations of where homes received utility assistance payments and compared that to where indoor heat deaths occurred over a 10-year period.
All of the yellow dots represent an instance of utility assistance.
So all the yellow means they got help with their utilities.
They got help with their utility bills.
The red dots show where indoor heat-related deaths happened. These big circles are a concentration of mobile home parks in Mesa. Solis noticed a pattern.
There's this line of heat-associated deaths, but no related assistance.
One reason the researchers found mobile homes are excluded from getting federal dollars that pay the utility assistance program.
We are trying to look into how could that eligibility be extended.
Another is that many mobile home owners are on a site-wide electric meter, and the park is the utility customer, not the resident.
People are dying. They're falling between the cracks of the assistance that we have because we just didn't see them.
Now they do.
We have a group of stakeholders that we've been working with to try to design some solutions.
They've alerted cities, utilities, and park owners, who she says have been responsive with outreach about keeping cool with a broken or underutilized air conditioner. Temporary fixes, while researchers and students continue the work of eliminating indoor heat-related deaths completely.
Those are the kinds of things we can prevent. We can do something about that. If we can pinpoint where they are and where they're most vulnerable.
Courtney Holmes, ABC15, Arizona.
Courtney, thank you for that. And going in depth for you, National Weather Service data shows that heat is #1 for weather-caused deaths. Looking at the 10-year average, 99 people die a year from floods, 91 from tornadoes, and 5 in hurricanes. As for heat-related deaths, the average is 138 deaths per year, Megan, and just such a disturbing statistic, and hopefully people will heed some of these warnings and take precautions that they need to make sure that they don't end up as one of these statistics.
Oh, absolutely. And we so appreciate Courtney Holmes going in depth for us too, to kind of bring that to light. Of course, it is just so sad to hear those numbers, but maybe that's the reminder that a lot of us need this morning as we look at our outdoor plans. We are going to be above average for this time of year. We won't be on those triple digits yet, but we're getting there in this 7-day forecast. So this is the week right now that you really want to start thinking about staying safe out there. The best news I have for you is if you want to get outside today, do it as soon as possible. Take a look at these beautiful temperatures in the 50s and 60s all across the valley, like 57 in Cave Creek, 62 in Tempe, and 58 degrees in Levine. So for your valley planner, here's what we're looking at for you. Mostly those 60s, 70s, and then we'll eventually get into those 80s later on today, and then right around 3 or 4 o'clock, that's when we expect to hit that high of 93 degrees today, which is, as you can see, above average for this time of year. The 30-year average is 88 degrees, so we're about 5 degrees above that for this time of year. So like I mentioned, very similar to where we were at yesterday is what we're going to be at today. Above average, a degree higher. The biggest change that you're going to notice is those wind speeds. As we take a look around Arizona in Flagstaff, 65 degrees is the high today with gusts up to 40 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour in some spots. We could see 50 miles per hour in northern Arizona. In Sedona, 78 degrees, gusts up to 40 miles per hour along the rim too. In Show Low, 71 degrees with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Here in the valley, we are also going to see those wind speeds pick up, gusts between 25 and 30 miles per hour. In northern Arizona, we could see gusts between 40 and 50 miles per hour like you just saw there. So definitely something that you want to keep in mind if you're going to be traveling or spending some time outdoors. Secure loose objects and watch for blowing dust. This is also raising our wildfire concerns. A red flag warning in northern Arizona and in eastern Arizona too, with those high wind speeds and low humidity. Now some relief is coming with this disturbance later on Monday afternoon, really for us, especially into Tuesday morning. So this is the best news that we have to share with you on this Sunday morning is the rain chances in the forecast and those temperatures dipping off into the 70s. Triple digits though, Friday and Saturday, Mark.
All new this morning, the new nonprofit looking to help communities in need rebound from the pandemic. Plus, helping renters afford their security deposit, the new option that makes it more affordable while still protecting landlords.
A place to go where you can get help rebounding here in Arizona. Local First Arizona is taking action once again, this time with their latest initiative, Arizona's Economic Recovery Center. So joining us to talk about it this morning is Kimber Lanning. She is the founder and CEO of Local First Arizona. Kimber, tell us about this new initiative that you guys are just launching now.
Well, thank you so much for having me this morning. And I'm thrilled to talk to you about this. We, as a state, have to really intentionally focus on economic recovery. After the last economic recovery of 8 and 9, we actually did not perform well at all. And it took us a greater period of time to reach pre-recession levels of activity than all of the surrounding states. We can very intentionally aggregate all of this information and get it out in a meaningful way, as well as uphold a lot of these communities so that they can be competitive for some of these dollars. So the Economic Recovery Center really has two parts. The first part is we're taking all of the federal, state, local, and foundation opportunities that are going to be coming, grants and others, and putting those into simple one-page templates, and anyone can visit our website and sign up to receive those. So they get a list of opportunities in their inbox every week. But then in addition, what we're doing is we're putting together a wonderful team of consultants who are grant writers, facilitators, project managers, and they're available. We can deploy them into areas, communities of need that really want to apply for something, but really don't have the capacity to do it. So that is our goal. You know, in order to build an equitable community across Arizona, we need to have some intentionality there. And that's exactly what we're doing.
So you have the support of Governor Doug Ducey, Republican. You also have the support of Senator Mark Kelly, who is a Democrat. Bipartisan support for this program. What's it like to have that behind you?
Well, you know, I think Senator Kelly and Governor Ducey are big fans of small business, first and foremost. But in addition, they really want to make sure that our rural communities have opportunities to compete. And often when you go to a rural community and they're under-resourced, you have 3, 4, 5 people wearing multiple hats each. And they're spread so thin, they don't have an opportunity to really think collaboratively, think strategically, or they may even be thinking it, but they don't have capacity to act on it. So our goal is to actually hire professionals who come from rural or tribal Arizona, who have that multilingual, multicultural approach to really understanding what the needs are, so we can ensure that every corner of Arizona is competitive.
Can you explain too how this benefits everyone in the community, not just business owners, but the people who are watching here right now?
Right. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say you have a small Main Street program that's trying to renovate a park and increase tourism. They could apply as a collaborative, the downtown organization, a local tourism entity, or it could be even the state tourism entity, and a partner that comes on board that wants to help them with actual the park renovation. So those three entities could apply for a grant that is designed to, say, create jobs in that region. And their strategy would be to renovate the park to drive